Pre-Algebra Lesson 6-9, Markups and Discounts. A markup is the amount of increase from what was paid for merchandise than what it was sold for. For example, if at the school store, the seniors buy donuts for 75 cents a piece, but they sell them to you for $1 a piece, the markup is 25 cents. Because that's the difference between what they paid for it, 75 cents a piece, and what they sold it to you, $1 a piece. Discount is the amount of price decrease. Every time you go shopping, it says, oh, 30% off. That's a discount. That's in your favor. You like that. The selling price is the store's cost plus the markup. If the store is going to make any money, they can't sell you things for what they paid for them, because they also have to pay their employees, they have to pay rent on their building, they have to pay electricity, they have to pay for cash registers, they have to pay for computer programs, they have to pay for all kinds of things. So if they sold things for exactly what they paid for it, they'd go bankrupt. When you figure out a markup is the percent of markup multiplied by the store's cost. So if they decide they're going to sell it for a 30% markup, they're going to take what it cost them, multiply that by 30%, and add that to their original cost. And that becomes the markup. The selling price is a regular price plus or minus the discount. Okay? If they mark it up, the selling price is going to go up. If they mark it down, it's going to go down. A grocery store has a 20% markup on a can of soup. The can of soup costs the store $1.25. Find the markup. Okay, we're not finding the selling price, we're just finding the markup. Markup is found by taking the selling price and multiplying it by the percentage of markup. Okay? So, if I want to find the markup, it cost me $1.25 to buy this can of soup. I want to sell it for more than I paid for it, but I want a 20% markup. Remember, 20% is 0.20. We don't want to accidentally not put the decimal point in there, otherwise we're going to be selling a can of soup for an awful lot of money. So if I take $1.25 and I multiply that by 0.20, I get 0.25. So the markup is 25 cents. So they'll now sell this can of soup for $1.50, but they only marked it up a quarter. And you might say, well, that's not very much money. Well, if you sell 1,000 cans of soup a day, that could be an awful lot of money. $250. All right, let's take a look at problem number 2. A bookstore pays $4.50 for a novel. The percent markup is 45%. Find the novel's selling price. Now, here we want the selling price. In order to find the selling price, first we have to find out how much they marked the book up. Then we have to add that to the price they paid for it. Okay? So selling price is going to be the cost plus the markup. Okay? Cost plus markup equals selling price. And remember, markup is equal to cost times the percent. Okay, so first thing we have to do is we have to find our markup. So the cost of the novel is $4.50. The percent of markup is 45%. So as a decimal, that's 0.45. So $4.50 times 0.45 looks like a really weird number. It's 2.025. I don't have 25 thousandths of a cent. Because I don't have 25 thousandths of a cent, okay, I'll take that into consideration after I add that to my cost so that I can figure out what my selling price will be, and I'll round my selling price to the nearest cent. Okay, so this is my markup. And what I have highlighted in green is my markup. Okay, my markup is the green. Now I need to figure out my overall selling price. So my selling price is what I paid for the book, which was $4.50, plus what I intend to mark it up by, 2.025, okay, which end up to be 0.525, but I have to round that to the nearest cent, so it's $6.53. Because we don't have 25 thousandths of a cent. So the cost for my book, okay, the novel selling price will be $6.53. Because you always round to the nearest cent. Funny. A camera that regularly sells for $210 is on sale for 30% off. Find the discount. Okay, now it's off. Key word here. So if I'm going to get off, my price should be cheaper. I should pay less than $210. That's how we can double check this when we're done. We better not pay more than $210. Okay, to find the discount, well, I'm not going to find my selling price. I'm going to find my discount. My discount is the cost times the discount, which in this case is $210 times 30% off. So if I take $210 and I multiply that by 0.30, I'm going to get $63 off. So it says find the discount. The discount is $63. I'm going to pay $63 less for the camera. Which means I better pay less than $210. Number 4. A video game that regularly sells for $39.95 is on sale for 20% off. What is the sale price? Now I'm looking for sale price, so I have to find my discount first. My discount will be $39.95 that I would normally pay for it, but it's 20% off, so I have to figure out what 20% of $39.95 is. And that gives me $7.99 off. Okay, that's how much I'm going to save. Happiness. You like that? We pay less for our game. So to find the sale price then, my sale price will be $39.95 minus $7.99. And that will give me $31.96. Now, if they don't ever ask you to find what the discount is and find the sale price, if they just say find the sale price like this problem, you can actually do this in one step. If you want to know, gee, what am I going to save and what's going to be my sale price, you should do it this way. If all I want to find is my sale price, okay, if all you want to find is sale price only, oops, spell that would be nice. There's an E in sale. If all I want to find is my sale price only, if it's on sale for 20% off, 20% off means I'm paying 80% of the entire cost. Correct? If I'm paying 20% off, 100% minus 20% means I'm actually paying 80%. So I can skip the middle step of finding how much discount it is by just taking my $39.95 and multiplying that by 80%, and that will get me directly to the sale price. Okay, and it gives me exactly the same amount as I had before, $31.96. I just don't have to do this middle step right here where I have to find the discount first. If they ask you to find the discount and the sale price, well then by all means you have to do it the first way I did it. If all they're asking you to do is find the sale price, you can do it by the second method I did over here with the little asterisk. A clothing store pays $56 for a jacket. The store's percent markup is 75 cents. Find the markup. Notice they didn't ask you for the sale price. They asked you for the markup, so I can simply just find the markup of the jacket is going to be the cost of the jacket times the percent of markup. So if I take 56 and I multiply it by 0.75, I'm going to get $42. They're going to mark the jacket up $42. So you're almost going to pay double, which just makes sense because if they mark it up 100%, you would pay exactly double. So the markup for this jacket is $42. As you can clearly see, it's very good to understand percent of markup and discount. That way you know that when you go to the store and you purchase something, you're actually getting the entire discount you're supposed to get. Sometimes those computers are not always right.